Nowadays, there are just a handful of music producers that have a signature sound. One of those producers is Decap, and his ability to process drums is something really special. You can really recognize his sound from a mile away. His drums are aggressive, in your face. I'm talking about Decap because he just released Knock, which is a plugin that's aimed at processing drums. Let's see how this plugin sounds. One of the most important things when it comes to having a great mix are the drums. The drums need to be punchy, powerful, enough top end, a solid low end, a solid foundation. Today, we're gonna take a look at a plugin called Knock from Decap. This is a really interesting plugin because Decap is amazing when it comes to processing drums. Let's start with the interface. I really enjoyed this clean looking interface. As you can see, we have 5 modules. We have punch, saturate, sub, air, clip, high pass, and low pass. On the bottom, we have input, gain match, quality, tone, dry wet, and output. So as you can see, we basically have 5 different processes inside the Knock. I'm gonna showcase Knock on a track that I've started mixing this week. I have installed Knock today and decided, okay, let's try it out and see if we can improve the drum sound. The track sounds just like this. Now I want to play you 4 bars of this loop without Knock and 4 bars with Knock enable. This is without. Let's solo the drums. A really cool feature is that if you hold shift and click, you can enable or bypass the entire plugin. Punch is basically a transient shaper, and it's really nice to have a one knob transient shaper that actually sounds good. You can create a really nice movement in the drums, especially if you're using Knock on the drum bass. You can really hear in this example that punch is affecting the hi-hats, creating some nice movement. We have some saturation and we have 3 different settings from soft to hard. We have a noticeable gain difference, but you can clearly hear what the plugin is doing. Sub is an interesting one because it adds subharmonic or low-end information in an intelligent way. It's triggered when the kick hits, so you can really add some power to your loops, to your drum bass. You have the ability to change the decay with the slider on top. This is like the intensity, and a cool thing to have is the fact that you can set this sub harmonic information in tune with your song. You also have the ability to change it based on frequency. Keeping it short, you can really hear that sub is adding a lot of weight to the 808 that we already have in this drum loop. Let's move to air, two different flavors of air. This is top end, vintage and clean. See how the clean one sounds. Last in the chain is a clipper. A cool thing about this one is that you can blend it from soft to hard depending what sound you're trying to achieve. If you want some really in-your-face drums, you can go with hard, or if you want something a bit more transparent, you can go with soft. Let's engage all modules. Another cool thing about knock is this tone knob down below, and this session I had it more towards the top end. You can even go crazy with the processing and just blend in a touch of the processed signal. Let's do something extreme, just like this. You can also use the filters when you're doing this parallel processing, because sometimes you only want saturation in the low end, or you want to bring the mid-range more up front. So you really have a lot of options when it comes to the sound you can achieve with knock. The only thing that bothers me a bit is the gain match. I think it's linked, to the clip module. I think that all the processing should be linked to the gain match. That way you can compare a bit better the processed with the unprocessed signal. Other than that, sometimes it's hard to see when a process is doing something. For example, the clipper, when you are clipping, the line is turning brighter. Maybe a different meter for the processing. I think that would be a nice feature. This is a top-notch plugin from Decap. I want to say congrats to Decap for the release of the plugin. Thanks for sending the plugin over for me to check out. Thank you guys for all the support. Please subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Thanks for the support and see you guys really, really soon. Cheers.